live. There we are. A little bit of a countdown happening. Anyone wants to say hello, please just drop a note into chat and comments. We are live on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Welcome to the show. This is the Check-In Show, episode 26. Dawn Zanklin will be joining us as soon as she can, but it is the boys are here. That's what it is. It's the boys. The boys of the Check-In.
Yes, the boys of the Check-In.
Are here.
Yeah.
But no one's getting
welcome
laser-eyed
everyone
or
to the show.
anything like that.
Yeah, welcome everyone to the show. Welcome.
Welcome.
How you guys doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I got vaccinated on Monday.
Excellent! Yay! It's what we like to hear.
Yeah, I got.
You almost made it sound like it was a surprise. Vaccinated on Monday. I don't know how it happened.
Yeah.
So it didn't.
Some guy just jabbed me on the street.
It didn't. Oh man, I don't know what kind of vaccination you went for, Mike. No, I'm kidding. No, because I had to go to the hospital for a blood test update.
Yeah.
And the doctor was like, "Oh, do you want your vac?" Because or else I was gonna wait till next Wednesday. I'm like, I don't want to wait anymore.
No.
So I got it. But then, so Monday I was perfectly fine. Yesterday at work around, let's say 1.
You started
I'm like,
bad,
I was, and then after that, my boss like, oh, since it's a slow day, does anybody want to go home? So I'm like, I'm gonna go run errands. I got home and I just saw the bed and I passed out for like a good 3 hours.
Hey, Dawn!
Hey, Dawn!
Loving the new hair, Dawn.
Yes.
Loving that Claudio has got vaxxed.
Yes.
And most importantly, Dawn, I love that you're wearing a Star Wars shirt.
Oh yes. I was just like, hey, this has not gotten enough love recently. So.
Well, hold on. I was gonna. I saw your Star Wars, but then after it was like Rogue One, and I'm like, oh wait, if it's Episode 9, but then it's Rogue One, so I'm like, you know what? That's passable. Thank God. Thank God.
You're so finicky, Claudio. You're so finicky.
Having opinions is not a bad thing.
No, that's true. That is absolutely true.
But denigrating people because of their opinions, actually, that can be a good thing.
That's like everything.
Sometimes, yeah.
If if you're definitely flat earther, then like you have no opinions at all.
Oh, exactly.
I want to be.
I think all flat earthers should have a procedure where their heads become flattened, so we can tell them, like at a glance.
I want. You know what I want to do?
Like that cartoon, that Bugs Bunny cartoon, where Christopher Columbus is going to see Queen Isabella and wants to, and the King of Spain, and he's asking for money. He says, "The world, she's round like my head," and the king takes out this big hammer and smacks him on the head and flattens his head. And he goes, "The world, she's flat like your head."
I think it would make it very.
It would make it very, very easy to just like, oh yeah, he's a flat earther.
Yeah, I'm really sort of against what is it? Judging people by appearance, Mike. But thank you for trying to take us back.
Yeah, Mike. What the hell? Mike.
Is it phrenology? Was that what it was?
Phrenology, yes, the study of bumps on your head.
To determine
in this
your
case,
personality.
it would be flattening all the bumps on your head.
Dawn, you did the big Blurred show. Was it last weekend?
Oh yeah, it wasn't so much a Blurred show as in I was the only Blurred on the show, but but
okay.
it was Soul Sister Sunday, so that was awesome.
Yes.
Yeah,
Nice.
so many American comics, and I was the only one from Canada this time.
Okay.
I was supposed to have done the June show, but something came up and we had to cancel. So they wanted to find out if I was free in July, and I said, hell yeah. And that's the only answer when they ask. So yeah, it was super, super fun.
Represent.
Nice. I actually was going to ask about your availability for August 30th.
30th.
For BattleCom.
Oh yeah, I'm always up for BattleCon. It's a Monday, right?
Yeah, it is a Monday, and I do have some news about the next BattleCom. Mike is aware. Last night, my guest on They Talk Funny was the author of. Where did I put the book? Oh, I think I took the book back to bed just to flip through. The Complete Idiot's Guide to Writing Comedy, Jim Madrinos. So this is a book that came out in 2004. He's also sort of like the teacher in residence at the Gotham Writers Workshop. And he loves the idea of BattleCom and has now seen 2 episodes, and he wants in.
He wants in. Excellent.
Awesome.
Yeah, so the competition's going to be fierce. You got to bring the A game.
Yeah, for,
Oh my
for
God,
Jim.
for
Yeah,
sure.
for Jim, you better be on your game. Yeah.
I think the last time I was on Battlecom, I loved how one of the contestants weighed in on why both arguments were equally strong, and I thought, oh, it's educational too.
Yes, teaching. Hey, sis.
Hey, Liz.
Teaching the world one little step at a time. Yeah.
Hi, Lise. Welcome to back to the show. But big congrats. All right, so to get caught up. All right, we had the Soul Sisters comedy show. Claudio got his second vax. He got felt a little sick the next day. Was it?
No, just tired. I was just tired.
Just tired. Just
That's
tired.
it. That's all you got?
Yeah, just super
Hey,
tired.
Very good.
Wow, that
Excellent.
was great.
And you got the Pfizer, right?
No,
No,
Moderna.
Moderna?
the Moderna.
The Moderna.
Yeah,
I got the Moderna too.
No, the first one I got Pfizer, and because they asked, because I didn't want to wait any longer, so they're like, so we have Moderna, but if you want to go to a center for a vaccine for Pfizer, I'm like, you know what, just give me Moderna. Just I want to be done with this.
Yeah,
And they gave
they're
it to me.
both mRNA, so
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I actually have got some really good news in the taking a look at Reuters, which is a respectable news source.
Yes, very respectable.
Published a study based from South Korea, where they determined people who have had AstraZeneca and Pfizer are generating 6 times the amount of antibodies.
Wow, excellent.
Nice.
So I'm feeling
Hey,
So
Oh, yeah.
not
I
to
guess
toot
those-
your horn or anything, but
yeah, I know. I might actually hug somebody who only has one.
I have the
vax
best
now.
combo.
Yeah,
Well, I guess it was worth the horrible side effects
Yeah.
because I was sick for a couple of days.
Yeah, I remember you
after.
mentioning. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
I had
really
a bit of a
surprising.
reaction to my 2 Moderna.
Uh,
Not my second Moderna dose.
Yeah, no, yeah, because second dose is stronger than the first dose.
Is it?
Well,
Oh,
it's
okay.
the cumulative effect.
Yeah, that's just it. Yeah, it
Uh,
boosts it.
What Don? What flavors did you get? Normally we
got
don't.
the-
You shouldn't mix alcohols, but
Oh, I think it was.
Remember,
the-
wine before beer.
Oh no, exactly. Except before your vaccine. No, I think I had the mixed flavor too. I think it was AstraZeneca and then the Pfizer.
so that you get the good stuff. You
Oh,
get
yeah,
the 6
exactly.
times the antibodies.
Worth it.
Boom. There we are.
Yeah, and Claudio had his first show of the offbeat comeback on Saturday.
It
right?
was a wild. Have you seen Gabriel Omassi's video that he posted?
No, I want to see that. It's on his site that on his page that he posted it.
It's on his face. So yeah,
On his
no,
Instagram, he puts most of his stuff on
Yeah,
Instagram. so-
both Instagram and on his Facebook page, I believe as well. Kyle and I felt really bad for him because there was a heckler, and and before I continue, I just want to say, if I could give like a little message, if I can, right now, people who are not comedians, heckling is not cool. I despise hecklers. Like reacting to a joke when you're saying ooh or yeah or no. But if you're gonna tell a comedian your fucking jokes are dead like my dad, and if you're gonna say you suck, you should fucking go fuck yourself, like those kind of things, that's not cool.
What did the host
That's
do?
not constructive. That's just
No.
being a dick.
Exactly. I was sorry. Yeah, thank you. I was just gonna go into that. So
Yeah.
so Gabriel goes on, and I was at the door, and I had to go to the bathroom, and I come down, and there's this guy who was heckling Gabriel. Gabriel's like, "But what did I do? Like, why are you mad at me?" I think Gabriel was going into a joke, and then all I heard is the heckler saying, "Oh, your jokes are as dead as my dead father." Everyone, and this is the awesome part, everyone in the crowd told that heckler to shut the F up.
Really good.
Yeah, and then Kyle just gave the heckler a roast of his life. The heckler got up and left. I'm like, and then I turned to him, I'm like, "Listen, you're not coming back here anymore." And the guy's like, "You know what, like I'll take you down." And I'm like, "You really want to do that?" Then Kyle just comes up to me, and the guy goes, "If you touch Claudio, it's going to be the end of the world for you." So all this to say is that From then on, and then Kyle goes on stage after Gabriel and says, heckling's not cool. If you think you're funny, you should just go on stage and try to be funny instead of just yelling random things as a crowd point of view. So and that was a crazy part. But
and here's an idea: if you don't like the show, go away.
Or
leave.
Exactly. Or just stay there and just
shut the fuck up. It's only going to be 5 minutes.
Well, no, it was 10. But anyways, that's the thing.
10. That makes all the difference.
Well, that's it. It's an eternity.
Yeah, but no, that's the thing. Like whatever show you go, people go to. If you're gonna heckle, don't do it.
And here's another thing too. You going to a comedy show and you're going to see maybe 5-6 acts. Maybe they're not all going to be a cup of tea.
I know.
Some of them you'll find hilarious, and some of them you'll go, But or, gee, I just don't get this guy.
Yeah.
Some people will have material that goes out and reaches everybody and makes them laugh, and some people will have more niche material that some people will get and other people will go, huh?
Yeah. I'd like to point out that the previous Wednesday, Gabriel was on the Vaudeville Variety Show for his first time ever.
Yeah.
So he
nailed it.
He destroyed, right?
Yeah. He's not actually a new comic. Gabriel been around. Actually, yes. I used to. How long ago, Mike, did I run my comedy course?
Got to be around 2008.
Okay, so I ran a comedy course around 2008, 2009.
Yeah.
Gabriel was one of my students.
Yeah.
And he didn't pay attention in class, but
Gabe.
he did tell me. Well, he's got severe ADHD, but he did tell me that, because he had his tape recorder and he recorded everything I said on stage. Right. And he has said that, coming back to it, the stuff that I had told him, now that he's writing and performing more, he's going, oh, now I get what you were saying.
Right.
Like I didn't fully understand at the time, but you were saying it in like real simple terms. And now that I'm experiencing it, I'm going, oh, but that's exactly like, oh, okay.
Yeah, no, Gabriel, actually it was him and Kyle that forced me to get a TikTok account, because Gabriel comes up to me and goes, you should get a TikTok. I'm like, I don't want to get it. He goes, no, you should get one. And I've got one, the biggest regret of my life, but I'm like, I don't get how this works. He goes, it's dumb and simple. I'm like, all right. No, but honestly, Gabriel is like one of them. And I'm like, God damn it, Gabriel.
It's dumb and simple. That's the selling point.
Yeah. And I'm like, God damn it, Gabriel. He goes, are you having fun with it? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, now you got me hooked on this. And all this to say, no, but honestly, like Gabriel is it was you guys, and then Gabriel were one of the first people I met in the comedy scene that I became friends with. And but all I want to say is that Gabriel, he helps out a lot. I'm like, oh goddamn, Gabriel!
Gabriel's a good egg.
He's a good kid.
He's got
some interesting Instagram shows that he does, and his food reviews is now broken out to having drinks in the park with other comedians.
That's
hilarious.
That is. I'm supposed to be on one of those episodes, but
you don't drink.
Gabriel and but Gabriel and I haven't confirmed, but I'm going to be on eventually. But he's not I see his stuff, even because he also edits films. I'm like, God damn, Gabriel, you're so good at just working behind. He goes, yeah. He goes, when no one pays attention to you, that's the best part. I'm like, God damn it, Gabriel. Jesus.
He's the stealth comic.
Exactly. But no, I saw clips of his when he was at Vaudeville. I'm like, okay, all right. I love it.
It's also interesting because of Vaudeville, because we've redesigned the room for the pandemic, so you now perform in the round.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what else? What else have we can we broach upon to this day here? What's been happening in the world? What's been happening with your guys?
The Olympics.
The Olympics. Oh my God.
The Olympics. Oh yeah.
The no spectator Olympics.
Yeah.
The cloistered Olympics.
Yeah. I know. Honestly,
black women can't wear swimming caps that fit
Yeah, I heard about that. Okay, so here's the thing. So this before we, so I just learned. This is how I learned about the Olympics this year. I was just on social media. I was on Facebook and like, oh, the Olympics are happening today. I'm like, oh, the Olympics are happening today, and I saw the opening ceremony. And this is just me, so bear with me, or if you disagree with me, I'm sorry. It was the saddest opening I've ever seen in my life. It was
Well,
something
there was
about
no
that.
crowds.
There was, yeah, exactly.
nothing. It's a bunch of people walking into an empty stadium.
Exactly.
Oh, that's really wow.
Exactly.
That's so exciting.
Who
I missed-
decided to set that up?
I know.
Just a bad idea.
Jesus.
They
But
should have
meanwhile-
they should have just canceled this. They should have waited another year.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's already 2 years difference between the winters and the summer games. They could have run. In the past they've run the summer games and the winter games in the same year, so they
Yeah.
could have made an exception. It's a damn
Exactly.
pandemic, you know.
I know.
Come on.
There is a thing, right?
Yeah.
This wasn't Tokyo. This wasn't Japan's decision.
It's all the sponsors.
The contract that they had signed gave them no out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's silly.
So if
Yeah.
they didn't do it, there would be huge
Penalties,
legal
yeah.
problems with the IOC,
Yeah.
Yeah.
including the fact that they could be fined or charged a huge amount of money. And this has made the population of Japan very upset because
Of
they're
course.
in a lockdown mode
Right.
now. One of the
I
other
think,
things I
For the Olympics. Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
I think the IOC is going to have to revisit
the IOC
their.
is a bunch
yeah.
of rich white guys.
Yes, of course,
Yeah,
of course.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah. They're making money no matter what. So.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So I don't know if you want to talk about something else, or we still want to stick on this topic because I have
There's
something else
just
I want to.
there was one other thing because I'm not and Dawn had something she wanted to say as
Oh
well.
no, I was
Sorry about
also
that, go
thinking. I was also thinking about Simone Biles. A lot of people in Facebook today and
Oh
Twitter
yeah.
were, she.
They're dumping on her. Holy shit! You know she
been
was a
amazing.
hero right until she decided that she wasn't going to compete injured like that or put herself in danger, and then all of a sudden she's shit.
How
Come
dare
on,
she?
come
Yeah.
on.
No, exactly. It was been just nuts, and I was just like, the feeding frenzy begins.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
I just keep thinking about, well, it's not the same thing, but
Oh,
Ben
and-
Johnson, like as soon as you
Yeah.
fall off and become
Yeah.
not a
Oh, yeah.
darling, then
Yeah.
it's just like, "Rah!"
Yeah, you're the hero or you're the goat. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
and I saw one posting where they were talking about, oh well, like this gymnast back in I think it was the Atlanta Games or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Terry
Terry
Krug,
Strug.
Terry Krug or
Strug.
Krugs. I
Yeah.
can't remember her name,
Yeah.
but she was injured, and her coach Caroli made her do another vault even though she was injured. And when she landed that vault, she crumbled to the ground because she was in such pain. And it was
she
like,
retired right after. She
yeah,
was
and no, that was the end of her career. And they found out after the fact that they didn't need to have her do that final vault. The team would have won the competition anyway. They had enough points. It was unnecessary. And this Karoli guy, this Romanian coach who had coached Nadia Comaneci and all that, and who was like such a he forced her to do this thing. He called her a wuss, and are you're not capable of working through the pain. Fight it off, shake it off. It's like, this guy was an abuser. He was an abuser, and of course, she retired after those games. And there was another gymnast from his team also who was sort of iffy on injuries. And she just, when she saw what happened to Carrie, she said, "Screw this, I'm out of here too." So he was like, "Oh yeah, well, there's always more girls I can, I can just plug in another couple of girls and go on,
It's like the Black Widow movie.
It's like it's like you go and you're working at a place and you burn yourself on hot oil or something, like let's say you're doing fries at a McDonald's, burn yourself on hot oil and you get 3rd-degree burns and you're saying, I can't work with this on my arm. Oh, well, out the door to go, and we'll plug in somebody else. Life is cheap. Your arm, who fucking cares?
Disposable.
Go on
Yeah.
with your life. Get out of my face. Like. This is what this is boiling down to, that she was great right until then, and now all of a sudden she's dog crap.
Yeah, exactly. So it's really surprising. Well, I guess not so surprising. It's predictable, but kind of surprising when it happens.
Yeah, well, I remember
in today's age. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
I
it's
remember-
definitely surprising when it
Yeah.
does happen.
Yeah.
And I I hate to be kind of the police on this, but like when Don's talking, it's probably best not to talk over her.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Okay.
That's how the discussions happen in my house.
Yes, and I grew up with a family of 6, so everybody talked over everybody else. Right,
No
ladies?
worries. Oh no.
We've driven Claudio to his phone at this point in time.
No, I'm not looking. I'm actually trying to open up like a medicine bottle that I
It's
have.
the childproof cap.
Yeah, so I'm trying to open this, but and the reason like I'm taking my light, I'm like, man, I'm gonna get it open.
Yeah,
Ah.
Olympic sponsors. I soured on Olympic sponsorships from the 1996 Atlanta Games when the Nike Corporation came out with their slogan, "Second place is first loser."
No way.
That was their advertisement campaign for the 1996
Oh my God, that
Olympics.
is
Like, if you don't win
beautiful.
gold medal, you're shit. It's like-
you know what? That means Nike sponsors a hell of a lot more losers than it does
Yeah, no
sponsor
Yeah,
kidding.
games.
exactly. Actually, this reminds me because now what happened with the Habs, which I despise them even more. And St. Hubert came out today, and because of the hockey player, his name is Logan something. That
Yes.
yeah, Logan Mailloux. He's like a sexual something. Anyway, so sexual scandal happened with him. And then our brilliant Habs coach is like, "Oh, we're gonna take him, all right, because no one want to take him." Now St. Hubert's like, "We're a family friendly chicken company,
Yeah.
so we may have to step out of sponsoring the Habs." And at first, I'm like, St. Hubert got sick because they ate your chicken. Second of all, it's not going to make a difference because Habs are not going to be a great team whether you sponsor them or not. So there'll be no difference. But yeah, no, I'm kind of shocked that that the Habs went in this direction. So that's just my opinion.
Yeah. The last Olympic thing, the only Olympic thing probably I'm going to mention is I saw a tweet that just called out a certain level of hypocrisy. Is that the female athletes are being attacked and fined for not showing enough skin, such as
Right.
Yeah.
was it the Norwegian?
Yes.
the Norwegian volleyball
beach handball team. Yeah, they would
Uh,
wear bikini
and
bottoms.
but girls in school are being sent home for showing too much skin,
Yeah.
and these are all rules that are being basically put out by men. So
Yeah.
there's that level of hypocrisy, should definitely be
Called out.
recognized and judged.
Yeah. The what do they call it? The Madonna whore
Or
calculus.
syndrome. Yeah.
Yeah. Just like, oh,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
side of the equation?
You're either so holy and up on a pedestal,
And
or you're
untouchable.
garbage in the dirt.
Exactly.
So,
God damn Olympics.
no, goddamn society in general,
Yeah.
Claudio. This is a malady of it's global. It's global.
But I thought
Putting a
What-
woman in chador is the same fucking type of thing. It's
cool.
hiding a woman because, oh my God, she might tempt a man. Well,
But Pink
Uh,
stepped up and she paid that.
you
fine
can't control your
for the
dick.
team, so that was awesome. They're hopefully they'll be embarrassed enough that they'll rethink some
No.
of these rules.
No.
Nah.
No?
No, they won't. they
No,
won't
because
care.
that finds just a new level of income,
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
right?
They keep getting richer.
That's kind of the thing, and it's I mean, a lot of my comedy, I'd like to think I rail against societal expectations or societal programming, because that's those things that people are unconsciously believing and following just because it was ingrained into them when they were younger. At the same time, it's like the modesty veils, etc. That Mike was mentioning. If a woman wants to wear one, then yeah, she shouldn't be shamed for
should be
wearing
your
it
choice.
either.
It should be your choice.
It all comes down to intent and personal choice.
Yeah.
So
But a closed mind doesn't let anything in.
True.
So, all right, Black Widow. This we might hit spoilers territory. Who has seen it?
I saw it. I saw it.
All right, Mike. Do you care to see it?
I might, yeah, I might want to
Okay, so
check
we'll
it
try
out.
to keep out of the spoilers.
I'm not big on the superhero movies, but Black Widow seems like.
All right, Mike. We're closing your window at this point. Just, there it is.
Okay, I'll be quiet. I'll be good.
No. It's that wasn't a being good thing. That was
Okay.
that was the
I do
the
tend to be
conversation is
long-winded. Yes.
No.
we're all film nerds and superhero nerds above and around you. So you're outnumbered.
I know.
I
I realize that. I acknowledge it.
you know what? I thought it was a good film. At the same time, it was unnecessary. They should have stuck with that story where she was with Hawkeye in Budapest. That story would have been wow. That story would have been more interesting. Yeah, more interesting.
Would it be more interesting because it involves having a male hero that you could identify with?
Well, no.
What? I
Okay.
personally, I love that. I love the Black Widow storyline because it was her. If anything, I wouldn't say it was unnecessary. I say it was necessary 10 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
If she had no love interest.
Yeah.
There's no guy that they were referring to. It was just all.
No guy swooped in and saved her. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
it's just
yes, that's what I loved. Actually, that's what I liked about it. Like, no guy swapped them. But one thing I found hilarious was Ray Winstone as the bad guy. I'm like, he is the I'm like, and then because Ray Winstone always has that look, like he's always confused before he talks, and Ray Winstone always yells. He always has like if you pay attention to any Ray Winstone film,
Is
he
he the
always-
old guy?
yeah, he was the
Okay.
one that
The head of the Red Room.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
him. That I'm like, all right. I'm like, this is your back. All right. You know what? And then also the accents, the Russian accents. Rachel, what's her name? Rachel, the one who played the mom. Rachel.
Was
Thank you. Her Russian accent was horrible. Ray Winstone. I'm like, is he trying to be a British bad guy or a Russian? I couldn't, but it's Ray Winstone. I mean, you can't argue.
It's also where people learn to speak English. Like there's a
Yeah.
lot of Europeans that I run into that, like the first time I ever heard somebody from France speak English, they spoke it with a British accent.
Yes.
There's comedians I know who do joke. A couple do jokes along the variation. One of the best ones is the fact that people come from other parts of Europe to learn English in Scotland,
Yeah.
where English is not really spoken. So there is that thing. And also, Russia is a huge country,
Yes.
right? And there are regional dialects. And so,
Yes.
of course, there's regional accent differences. So, I mean, to say that somebody's doing a bad accent might not be... there's no homogeneous, like the American film accent that like I've taken classes to learn is spoken nowheres,
Right.
Yeah.
right?
It's
But
an
it is a generic one
amalgamation
that,
of yeah.
All this to say, it's Ray Winstone. So, but the theme song for Black Widow was really good. Like the opening credits that was really well done. When when you see all the little the little kids being lured into the Red Room, that was beautifully done. I'm like, wow.
you made it sound like it's the white van with free candy on the
Yes,
side.
exactly. It's like, oh, hey, Purse.
Oh my
This
God.
is how you do it.
Oh my God! You know what? Ant-Man should have been there. And the white one goes, "Here, kids, I got candy," but he's really trying to save them from Ray Winstone. And I loved how they used William Ross at the beginning of the film and the end of the film, like he was trying to arrest her after between Avengers 2 and 3. That was well done.
Thunderbolt Ross, yeah.
That was, and Taskmaster. Wow, that Taskmaster was something.
Which was a divergent from the comic book series, but I really enjoyed this version of it. I found it a little bit sad. I found it maybe a little bit forced, but the emotional impact that it caused for Black Widow's character, I think, was great.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the feeling of siblinghood with her and her sister.
Yeah, me too.
And if there is a male standout character, it definitely has to be Red Guardian.
Yeah,
if-
it was great.
Is here? All right. This is a question that I've been seeing on the internet a lot. When he was arm wrestling and he was talking about how he defeated Captain America, and somebody called him out saying, "Well, Captain America was a popsicle at the time." Like it was conceivable to me that he was just sort of delusional or a braggart. But later, when it was just him and the Black Widow, he says, "Well, does he ever talk about me?"
Yeah.
So I mean, is he really self-delusional, or is this a timeline thing that could be because Steve Rogers, aka Captain America, hadn't died? Now, it obviously, I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have confused the Isaiah Bradley Captain America with Steve Rogers because of different ethnicities. But that's kind of like a nice little Easter egg that they put in there, that maybe Steve Rogers was still semi-active after he went back in time and to live his life with Peggy Carter.
Yeah, you know what? It's also an interesting theory, and and since I brought up like this is between 2 and 3, I think Steve Rogers was active during all this time.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah, this was the time that he faced him that he was talking about was in the early 80s.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay.
and
Right.
Isaiah Bradley would have stopped, I think, at the end of the Korean War,
Yeah.
which would have
He was
been
in jail.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
And so unless, I mean, obviously they did have a super soldier program running, because I mean Isaiah Bradley was created. Maybe there was another Captain America in the interim, or it could have been
Yeah.
and Red Guardian. Let's face it, it wasn't the brightest bulb.
No. I find, you know what? Since you brought that up, because I like David Harbour, and I believe he did a good as an actor. He's really brilliant. But I find in Black Widow, I'm like, because I saw with Ben Cardillion, I turned to Ben and like, watch, Red Guardian's going to be one of those annoying, trying to be funny characters. We watched the film, and Ben and I walk out, we're like, he was an annoying character. Because at first, because when you see him at first, I'm like, okay, all right, okay, I could dig him. And then I don't know what it was, but like there were some scenes that when he was emotional, I'm like, all right, cool. But the moment he started popping jokes, I'm like, no, I can't. No.
No,
he
he had
Yeah,
an
but is that-
outsized
is-
ego to match his superpowers. I think that was the problem. But what I found difficult was to reconcile what he was like after with what he was like before, because I thought, how could a guy like that manage deep cover so consistently for all of those years and not, screw that up? And I was just like, I don't think I believe that.
To your point, Claudio, was that a function of the actor's portrayal, or was it the material the actor was given with? 'Cause you said you like him as an actor. If he was delivering the lines that were written for him, and he was making, he was doing the jokes that were put in there for him to do, if he was delivering that, then you can't very well say, well, I liked him as an actor, but he annoyed me.
That kind of would be his point.
Yeah, it's like saying, Vin Diesel is actually given a good script, but Vin Diesel only says 3 words throughout the whole film.
Exactly.
Like, either I am Groot or we are family. One of those.
Oh my God. Please.
Oh my God.
Yes, Vin Diesel is well known for his range.
Actually, speaking of Vin Diesel, I hate him more now. So he's on my I'm like don't get me wrong, I'm still gonna watch his films, but I'm like, would I want to work with him? Probably, but I have no respect for him now.
What pushed you over the edge?
Because he told Dwayne Johnson, who I admire, not because he was a wrestler, but because Dwayne Johnson, to me, he's an inspiration. He told he told Dwayne Johnson for the reason why he was treating Dwayne Johnson like an a-hole on a Fast Saga was tough love. And then Dwayne Johnson just burst out laughing. He goes, you know what? I'm not going to work with someone because a lot of people were saying on a Fast Saga, like Vin Diesel, whenever he had to do a scene with The Rock, Vin Diesel would always show up like 6 hours late. Would always be like whatever. He even said like, this is not The Rock movie. This is a Vin Diesel movie. And then
Speaking of an ego.
yeah, and then Dwayne Johnson's like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done with the Fast. I'm like, good for him. Good for him. But Jason Statham's still in there. I'm like, okay, well, you know what? I'm curious to see what Jason Statham is gonna do. But so that's when I see Vin Diesel. I'm like, well, at least Dwayne Johnson actually succeeds in most films that he does. And like Vin Diesel should, do more films besides Fast Saga.
Dwayne Johnson also has his Nova Scotia connection with his dad.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
His dad's from Nova Scotia?
yeah, Truro, Nova Scotia.
I had no idea. I like him even more.
Actually, his cousin is Corey Bowles, who was Corey on the Trailer Park Boys, but he's also the writer-director of Black Cop, which was won an award at the Vancouver Film Festival a couple years ago now. What's the TV series? Something Town. Corey Bowles, check him out. He's a fantastic actor as well, and he had a rap career with the Hip Club Groove was the name of the band. Their first album was Trailer Park Hip Hop.
And Roman Reigns is actually his cousin too. Well, because The Rock is half Nova Scotian and half Hawaiian.
Samoan.
Yes, Samoan. Yes, Samoan. So that's
what I like most about Dwayne Johnson as an actor. He always looks like he's having a great time doing it.
Exactly.
He always looks like he doesn't take it so seriously. He doesn't he's not like, oh my God, I have to be like method and I have to do this. He's always having a great time doing what he's doing. And he is I don't think he's a fantastic actor, but I think he's a very good actor. And I think he's the fact that he brings that to the screen. It's like, wow, I really like this guy. I really like this guy. In anything I've seen him, I don't think I've seen him in anything that I said, they could have used somebody else. No, they could have used The Rock.
What I want to do one day? I want like hopefully I get to work with The Rock and I step into his lighting, and then he goes nuts. But then on his desk, I want to put a jar of nuts and saying sorry that you had to go nuts on me. And then after that, see if he enjoys that, because it happened to Christian Bale on Terminator Salvation. Like a lighting guy walked into his circle
island.
His island, and then Christian Bale was like Batman in The Dark Knight when he loses his moment. I'm like, that is beautiful. That is beautiful.
Oh my God.
That rant to me always seemed unnecessary. If I can do two things to point out to before we move off of Black Widow entirely. Was I thought David Harbour. I think he fulfilled his role. I think he was supposed to be sort of the comic relief. I mean, the idea of the strength and the relationships in the film was to be female based, and I think they did an excellent job of doing that. They did. And on top of that, he played the dad figure, so it made sense he was doing dad jokes.
Dad jokes.
And
Just got that now.
I love the part where he says, "What? My girls are assassins. They're #1 assassins. They kill everybody. I'm so proud of you." And then his daughters look at him like, "What are you saying, Dad?" Oh, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. And the helicopter goes, "Don't worry, we're gonna get there." And you see the helicopter just dropped. Like, that is fantastic. That is, oh man, I hope they make a sequel.
And the other thing too is this is double spoilers warning, is the end credit scene with Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and it seems, because there is talk, because in the comic books I think her sister becomes White Widow.
She becomes with Deadpool. I think it's Hawkeye. The villain from while he was in Captain America. He was in the Winter Soldier and the Falcon. He played a German man. Him.
Baron Zemo.
Yes, him.
Is Sarkovian actually?
Yeah, him, Red Hulk, and
He's
the
Thunderbolt
Abomination.
Ross.
Yeah, yeah, and the
yeah,
Abomination.
Yeah, and Abomination's going to be showing up in Shang-Chi and the Legend of
Shang-Chi.
the Ten Rings.
Yeah.
Again, they're bringing him back. It's in the trailer. It's not a huge spoiler.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Sorry, Don, if you haven't seen it.
No. I'm Googling all of this stuff after because I didn't know that she was called
I'm not.
White Widow. And I was like, I'm going to just jump through that rabbit hole.
Right.
Yeah.
Honestly, for me, before we move on from this, like for me, the big like I'm tired of superhero films, but the one I want to see the most is the Eternals.
It's got an amazing cast, but I'm
Yeah.
still sketchy on the story.
Yeah, because it has ties to the mutants. So I'm like, all right, because I'm an X-Men fan, and I'm like, all right, I want.
It may have ties to the mutants. There's nothing that has been confirmed yet.
Yeah,
It does have ties to the Black Knight, which is a major character they're going to be revealing in that movie. But there's also the other thing is the tie-in with for Black Widow to Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
yeah,
because Kurt Russell's son Wyatt Russell.
yeah.
By the way, reboot for Big Trouble in Little China. Okay, Wyatt Russell is playing the U.S. agent, and he was approached by Julie Lewis's Dreyfus character. It seems like they are forming the Thunderbolts, which is sort of like the anti-Avengers, which I think would be it would be kind of neat to see the Avengers face off against an almost equally matched team of bad people, rather than one cosmic or incredibly powerful enemy such as Ultron or Thanos. So that's my take. You know what? That sounds like a great name for a podcast. Like, that's my take.
That's my take. And then at the end, there's no take on this segment. This is a plot
What do
twist
you
so we can
think?
get people into watching it. Yeah, but that's it.
So we've got about 15 minutes left. We're sorry, Mike, that you were quiet for so much of that.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay. I'm usually very verbose, so.
Is there anything coming up that anyone's interested in looking forward to seeing? Mike, I know you're looking forward to fixing your fence in your backyard. We're taking contract bids right now. Is it a stone fence or wooden fence?
It's a wooden fence. So I am seeing different contractors. So fun.
And there's enough young comedians who are probably looking for money that would give you some labor if you just wanted to direct them.
Yes.
They get to do the heavy lifting for you. And,
yes. Yeah.
I'll be one of them, though I'm not quite a young comedian. And anyone else? Sorry, was I so mean earlier that you're all afraid to talk?
No. I'm just trying to think of actually, I do want to check out. Since we're talking about films, I do want to check out Old by M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh, yeah. That one.
Yeah, I don't know why. I'm like, all right, it's Shyamalan, but I like just watching the trailer. I'm like, I swear to God, if it's a plot twist, I think it is. I'm like, no, like it can't happen. No way.
I've seen a number of on websites on online, on TV, on both TV like broadcast and on online TV. I've seen a lot of trailers for that new Matt Damon thing.
Yeah.
And Stillwater, yeah. And I don't know. The trailer doesn't give away much of what the story is, but it seems like it. What?
It's based on a true story.
It's based on a true story. Well, it seems like it's quite from what from the trailer that they've put together. I'm hoping it's not one of these things that sucks you in and then delivers nothing. You know, the trailer is better than the movie type of thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. There's so many great trailers. Like I'm
Snake Eyes.
Hung up on Ghostbusters. I want to see Ghostbusters. I want to see the I'm gonna butcher the title. The superhero story about the rings.
Shang-Chi.
Yeah, I'm more interested in that than Snake Eyes.
I want to go see Snake Eyes. I want to see Snake Eyes because I want to see how badly they ruined the story.
Oh, I can't. I don't want them to mess with any childhood because I think of G.I. Joe, the G.I. Joe cartoon from back in the day with Snake Eyes. I'm just like, don't fuck this up.
No,
I'm
they
gonna
are.
see.
Oh my.
Oh no! Well, I have to still see He-Man, but I'm binge watching a non-comic book show called Workin' Moms, which I
Yeah,
just
that's
found
a
out
good
Oh
one.
about
yeah,
this year, and it's
That's a
been
good
out
one.
for
Yeah.
years, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, this is my life. Like, why did no one tell me? But I'm
Yeah.
just binge watching
Have
it.
you
So
have you checked out Dead to Me with Christina
No.
Applegate and Linda Cardelli? Is it Cardelli?
Cardellini.
Cardellini, Linda Cardellini, and Christina Applegate.
Hmm.
It's called Dead to Me,
Yeah.
and I think that there's still a season to be coming from them, but it's well done. It's very female oriented driven, and my wife loved it. So, and I enjoyed it too. And I thought, we need more of this stuff. We need more
Yeah.
of this kind of
It's dark.
female driven,
Yeah.
female written. The Hollywood thing is far too much rah 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 rah.
Yeah.
Testosterone festing.
Yeah.
So festooned, if you will. It's got to have some. I don't know. It needs it needs a more soul. That's what I say.
Actually, if you before we go, I just want to mention, if you want to check out a good Canadian film
Mhm.
with a female cast and it was directed by Obonswin. I forgot her for Tracy Deer. Sorry, it was directed by Tracy. It's called Beans, and it's a story about a Native family struggling during the October crisis.
Ooh.
I heard some pretty good
Trailer
things
looks
about.
awesome.
Yeah, trailer looks awesome. And
I lived through the October crisis, so that was
Yeah.
interesting to me.
yeah, so it's gonna be in theaters for just a few more weeks, but after that's gonna be on video on demand. But I heard some good stuff about it. I'm like, all right, that looks but then it didn't get because it's not a Hollywood film, the States, so to just whatever.
Let me qualify living through the October crisis. My father was in the military during the October crisis.
Mhm.
We were stationed. We were living just outside of the Saint Hubert Air Force Base, where they found Pierre Laporte's body,
Yeah.
where all of the military was operating from, looking for these guys, these FLQ terrorists. So we were like, and my father would come back from work at the base every night and tell us what he could in the developments. And it was, as I was 15, it was very it impressed me. It was an indelible imprint on my youth.
Beans is about the Ganawaki, not
Okay.
the FLQ. It was about the roadblocks.
Yeah.
story,
Oh, okay.
about the
Yeah.
golf course. And
Okay. Sorry.
I wasn't.
The October
Yeah.
crisis to me is that one.
Yeah, I think maybe
Okay.
Claudio misspoke, or did you say October? I didn't hear him say October.
I think he
crisis.
said October crisis.
No, I don't remember what I said. I said.
That's why I jumped in, because I thought.
Oh, okay.
All right. During Ganawaki, I have a brother in the military who ended up. He was in the military line,
Oh, wow.
facing off against the Aboriginals. At the time, I wasn't living in Quebec, but I did come up shortly afterwards.
Mhm.
And I ad-libbed a line, which got a good response on stage. I had mentioned something about being from Nova Scotia and the natives in Nova Scotia on stage, and I got a cheer from the back of the room at the Comedy Works.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Oh, hey, are you native?" And the person said, "Yeah, I'm from Ganawaki." And I went, "Oh, wow, there's a lot of history that happened there." I was very divided on it because, one, I believe in native autonomy, and two, I really like golf. So
Yeah, but
it was a bad joke. It got everyone to laugh. We moved on.
But the thing
It
is,
released the tension.
The Kanawaki blockade was in support of the Kanasataki, the Oka.
The Oka crisis,
the Oka natives, because the Oka natives were the ones with the golf course issue.
Yes, sorry, that's where the blockade. Sorry, not
yeah. Anyway, oh well, but I want to check that movie out for sure.
Yeah,
anything that pertains to Canadian, history and Canadian things that have to do with our country, and good or bad, I'm always interested in.
Yeah. Now Stillwater, the news story. I'm trying to remember I won't be able to get the names, but there was a young American student who went over to study in Italy, and she got involved in kind of the party scene and whatnot, and her and her boyfriend and a female friend, went off somewhere, and the female friend got murdered.
And she was accused, and
Yeah, she was accused.
I recall that story. Yeah,
you recall? Yeah. So Matt Damon is playing the father of that girl, and whether like how much of it was a travesty of justice, or how much was lost in translation, and her not.
She was
understanding the
exonerated,
situation
though.
she was in.
In the end, she was exonerated.
Yeah,
I mean, this really was not a setup, but it was really a screw up of monumental proportions on behalf of the Italian, the Italian justice system.
The boy came from money as well.
Yes,
and the other girl did not. So having
class,
the foreigner to blame it on.
Yeah.
But again, if I'm to mention something I'm looking forward to, I've heard there's a new trailer out. I haven't seen it yet. The Wheel of Time. You're muted, Dawn. Your mic has been rather low, so I've turned it up a bit.
Oh, no worries. Thanks. There's construction outside.
We can't hear it.
Ramping up. Oh,
No, we can't.
good. That's good.
Yeah.
But Wheel of Time, I think I've read those books, but I can't remember what the name of the protagonist is.
There's a group, but Rand al'Thor is the main character.
Oh, maybe not. It might be confusing with something else. But it sounds interesting. Sci-fi for sure.
Yeah, it's 13 books long. They're talking about it being the next Game of Thrones, but it's going to be better because the book series is finished. So they don't have to worry about the show outpacing the books.
Right.
So, and they've just announced that they're going to be filming a prequel series or prequel movies to the series. So the books themselves are awesome. I'm a big fan, so I'm looking forward. I haven't seen the new trailer. There's been a couple little teasers out just showcasing some of the characters. And I think they're doing they started filming. I see like there's noise outside my place right now with the the car that just went by. But that's one of the things that I'm looking forward to coming out. Mike, do you have anything that you're looking forward to having coming out? Or it'll come out when it comes out and you'll watch it.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not so fixated. Let's put it on entertainment these days. I've got a lot of other things going on,
such as fence building.
Such as fence building, yes, and also re-roofing my house and putting in the new windows and patio door. There's a lot of things happening. Wow. So yeah. My wife has decided it's time. Everything at once.
You've been home too much. It's time
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
And you know what? I don't know. This is bad because I worked for them for a little while. I don't know if the Whaley Abbey production company still exists, but Debbie Travis has had a production company here in Montreal, and one of the things they do is those construction shows that you see on HGTV.
Right.
So if you might want to see if they exist, write to them.
Yes. Maybe they can do the whole project for me.
and use your force of personality. So you can make a little bit of money, and also have them showcasing you and your host in the renovations.
That's a really good idea.
I'll have to look into that.
So all those are there. As we've been at this for about 54 minutes. Dawn has forgone her lunch.
Oh yeah, well, sort of. I grazed over the fridge. What's in here?
The joy of working from
Smoothies
home.
Are my friend.
The lunchroom is your private lunchroom. Yes.
I just need a private chef to go with it.
Yeah, my wife has me, so.
There is one thing I kind of want to mention, because Dawn, you are a great example of this. Let me see if I can bring this back up. Now no one can really see us. Claudio, I want you to get some good headshots. You gave me an example of a new shot that you had that you want to use as a headshot. which you're on stage, but the way you're lit, no one can see your eyes.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
just
sure.
two black pools.
Good,
Uh,
good. I don't want people seeing my eyes.
they should see your eyes. At least see that you're squinting. I mean, they can't even see you're squinting in the photo that you sent me, saying,
Alright, true.
"Hey, can we use that one?" So Don, even Mike, there is well lit, and the idea with a good headshot is that you should have both the shoulders visible midway down to the solar plexus. Try not to have like a hand halfway off screen or
Right.
anything like that. And try to have it on a neutral enough background that anyone that you're working with, if they want to, can crop it. So
Right.
make
What
sure
about
it's
your
lit.
expression? Do you have to have a serious expression, or does it depend on the person?
For an acting headshot, you're supposed to have a neutral expression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, show a little bit of personality, like kind of, like I'll do a little twinkle in the eye.
Or you can always do the.
It depends on, but the thing is, that can also limit the roles you can be seen for, right? So if you can keep it a semi-neutral yet interesting expression, then that works for you. So
I have a
Claudio,
photo shoot coming up soon, so I'm just gonna think about the expressions.
when you're having a photo shoot, like do that. Let's just go back to this one right here. Don, you look like you're having fun.
Yes.
Yeah, the photographer
Yeah.
was awesome. She just was discreetly. Because I have a bad habit of mugging for the camera, as you could probably tell from a few moments ago. But she was just distracting me with conversations. She had a range of different
Right.
expressions, all from one shoot.
Yeah, and that's what you want with a photo shoot, is to something that will give you options.
Yes.
And when it comes to getting headshots, if you're getting headshots on the cheap and you're having a friend do it rather than going to a professional photographer, I mean, you're not going to get the same level with
No.
with a friend as you would with a professional photographer. But again, just think about the lighting, and you can have various expressions, but make sure it's not too tight, because
Right.
like if it's a wider shot, you can crop in, but if it's a tight shot, you can't crop out.
About.
So it's a little bit of wisdom from the old man. Sorry, Mike. You're not a man apparently, because I'm the old man. No, what? Hey,
I'm not
what?
old either.
You're not old. Yeah, that's it. Mike is young. He's a sextenarian. Sextenarian?
Sexagenarian. A
Sexy-
sexagenarian.
A
Yes.
sexagenarian. All right. On that awkward note, so anyone have any life advice before we're gone? As we are,
Be
Don't
good.
do drugs. Don't do
Be
drugs.
good.
People.
Be good to yourself and be good to others.
Be a sexy genarian.
Stay safe.
I try.
Don't write
Be
in cards
kind.
with strangers. Don't write in cards with strangers unless
They have really good candy.
and rest is revolution. So rest.
Yes.
Yeah.
rest and
Rest.
drink your water.
Yes.
Rest is for the weak. Done.
And we'll see you all next week.
Yeah.